at the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, tried to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Felt like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. When I've been magic, with the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me, do you like how it tastes? Shawty, use it. Can't treat you like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried, I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes. On the road, this crazy, I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up, it look like I'm foreign cars, driving fast, I never done this before. Get drown out my problems, let me When I've been magic, with the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready? 5-8, 5-8. Here we go, get off the field.
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Now Mostert. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Breeze. He's going to air it out deep for Hogan. And that's caught inside the 30. A big pickup of 38. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. Does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. This is Mostert. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
I'm coming for you. You mine.
From the gun, it's Breeze. Completes it to Vereen. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a 1st down. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how are you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Here we go, here we go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
On 2nd and goal. Breeze to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Marquise Lee, the intended target. But now it's 3rd and goal.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Raheem Mostert, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Saints take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Justin Houston making his presence felt there in the backfield.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away, because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Play fake. Murray. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Cyprien. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Mostert. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They'll run here with Marine. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Come on, boy. You better be ready.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Yellow lady, yellow lady.
Here's Mostert. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Raheem Mostert, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Here we go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Panther first down.
First down, Panthers.
Ready. Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. You got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Breeze going to throw. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Ready, little lady. I know he ain't got it.
Breeze looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He's got the hook up to Lee. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Now Breeze. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Emmanuel Agba able to record his 5th sack of the season. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And he will find his man. That's Hogan, complete. And he's taken. Down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
21 yards. Complete to Chris Hogan. 1st down and goal to go.
Ready? 5-8, 5-8. You gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this? You think you gonna get this?
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. To throw, it's Breeze. Completes it to Lee. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. The Saints on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Stephon Tuitt, the former Notre Dame man. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. You end up having to take 3 there.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
36. Check. Watch the twist.
And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And the throw there going to be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. 2nd down, Murray sets to throw. He completes this to Sutton. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Murray now on 1st down. He's got his rookie tight end, that's Irv Smith Jr. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a 1st down. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now they'll run it with Scarborough. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. To throw is Murray. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for third down.
Kill. Check. 52, by 52. You don't want none of that. Get it. Pick up the ball.
Shotgun now for Breeze. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's fourth down. Here comes the Saints punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. That's taken on the 25. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Here we go. Mike 5-4.
Looking to throw again on second down. Murray. That's complete. It's Kyle Juszczyk. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
3rd and 2, and here's Murray. The open man is Smith. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
They run. This is Scarborough. Vontez Burfict, the one to get him down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Just like that.
On 2nd and 9, Murray. He's got Smith here.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Scarborough. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. First down, Murray. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down, and he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. He'll buy some, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Justin Houston able to record his 5th sack of the season. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, He hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Here's Murray. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Murray. And that is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he? And
what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now a toss play. This is Scarborough. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Murray now, 3rd and goal. And it's caught. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal.
Completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin, 4th quarter. You're going. Murray sets to throw on 4th. And it is incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this shutout is going to continue as the defense holds again. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Been a very strong performance for them, really on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Over.
They stick on the ground. Again, it's Vereen. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Breeze. And that's caught. It's Hogan. And they work this out past the 25. 21 yards there on 3rd down. Here's Vereen. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he gets this one down to the 24. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 47 yards on the ground.
That's another Saints 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 24.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
21.
And he'll give it here to his running back. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 6.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Breeze on 3rd down. This is caught at the 8. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's 3rd and goal. Now Breeze. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Marquise Lee, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline. And I think this one might just be over.
On the NFL scoreboard, they've gone to the 4th in Cincinnati. And the Steelers have scored yet again, really opening that one up. A victory there would mean they're 6th on the year. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one. And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Some breathing room. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big run there, 29 yards and a 1st. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now this time, Murray to throw it. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Kyle Van Noy. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. So this one a victory here